Big 12 women's basketball tournament gets underway later tonight over at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. Good morning, I'm Dave Morris here in the Oklahoman's video studio. Happy to be joined by Tim Brassfield, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City All Sports Association. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing great,
Well, it's a busy weekend. The tournament starts, as I mentioned, tonight. It runs through Monday. Busy time for you.
Yeah, it is. We get started this evening, as you said, with a little game at 6 o'clock between Texas Tech and Iowa State. They'll be the first game, and then after that is TCU and Kansas. So we'll have 2 games tonight, and then, as you said, it'll run through the weekend.
2 games tonight, which feeds into the 4 games tomorrow, including some Bedlam action for breakfast. 11 a.m. there you see the bracket. OU and OSU, the 4 and the 5 seed, they get underway. OSU won the 2 games during the regular season between those two. That should be some good stuff. The winner then would play on Sunday at 1:30. The title game for you guys, Tim, is 8 p.m. on Monday. Let me back up just a second. How long have you been with the All Sports Association?
Well, May 1st, it'll be 17 years, which is unbelievable to me.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
A little background, where are you from?
I'm from Oklahoma City, went to John Marshall High School, and then went to University of Oklahoma. Spent 2 years in the oil business and been in sports ever since.
How did you make that shift?
Oh, I was got a chance to be involved in a retail sporting goods store, and then from there I left. I was there about 8 years, and just have always loved sports. First of all, I played everything I could play possibly, and then when I had the opportunity to get involved in sports, I did so, and then from there I went to work for a company called Riddell, which made football helmets, and then from there to Nike and Champion, and
wow.
And then a guy, just a happenstance on an airplane, I met one day a guy on our board, Mike Borfin's his name, and wound up talking to him. And then later, my predecessor, Stanley Draper Jr., had been there 42 years, been here 42 years. And so they asked me, he remembered me and asked me if I'd be interested in interviewing, because I'd moved over into the marketing side. And they were kind of looking for a little more marketing and direction on specific types of events at that time. So, been blessed to be here.
Wow, and you've done a terrific job. Once again, congratulations on the 16, 17 years for you. What sports did you play? Did you have a favorite?
Yeah, for sure. I played baseball and football in high school, and then I started gymnastics in my sophomore year when it was pretty evident that I wasn't going to play basketball, because at that time you could really play anything when you wanted. So it was always football, baseball, and in between there for me became gymnastics. Then I had the opportunity to go to the University of Oklahoma and do gymnastics on a very small scale. I was not very good, but I at least got to compete. But
well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about the All Sports Association, a little background there. What is it that you guys are involved with?
Yeah, we are involved. We are a sports commission. We basically, our mission statement is to secure, create, promote, execute, and host quality, amateur, family-oriented sporting events for our state. So everything we do is amateur, and that's one of the adjustments we made when I got here. When I first got here, we are one of the older sports commissions in the country, founded in 1957. But we were doing a little bit of everything, from the air show to rodeos and Russian ballet and anything you could do to get an event in. And so the guys, the board that is, just collectively we decided the best thing we could do is do what we do best, and that's collegiate championships. And they bought into that, and we have been doing that ever since. And as well as the state games of Oklahoma, which is our state Olympics. So that's really what we do. It's a huge economic impact to our community, as you know, and keeps the hotels busy. They kind of like us because we bring a lot of people to town, and it's a great tourism vehicle for our community and state as well.
I was at the Skirvin Hilton last night. They had the tabletop promotions. Hey, welcome, Big 12 women's basketball tournament, and you saw the fans and some of the players. How does the Big 12's women's tournament play into the bigger picture of you bringing more events to Oklahoma City?
Well, it's important. I think we're naive to think that we could pick and choose events that we just like to do, and I think some cities make that mistake. But as the Big 12 and the NCAA have both made it very clear, if you're going to do, you want our larger championships, then you need to do some of the championships that can be more of a challenge, like a D2 softball event that we did last year. That's not going to make a lot of money, but it will bring people into our community, but that goes hand in hand with doing the Women's College World Series.
Because then they see how you run that event. Are people having fun when they come to the city? Or at least I'm assuming this is the case.
Very much so. It's a great commercial for our community because so many people have not been to Oklahoma City and they go, wow, I was here 20 years ago. This looks a lot different. So having the Big 12 Women's is a great championship. First of all, we hold the record for the attendance here in Oklahoma City. 12,000 people is the largest ever to attend over in the Cox Arena in 2007, and then we had a huge event. But at that time, it was coincided with the men's championship right across the street. So we don't do that anymore, so it makes it a little more challenging because the people, it's not quite as convenient.
It's not that spill, you're right, or an OU fan or an OSU fan going to both.
Yeah,
now they pick and choose.
And fans are, fans of a school. They're not just fans of a sport necessarily, so they would trickle over. And so, but this is the way it is, and we think that women have every right to stand alone in this, and we're going to do what we can to build it. It's committed here through 2019. And that's what we're going to shoot for.
Speaking of this weekend, the Big 12 Women's Basketball Tournament, a little file footage there for you. Again, the games begin tonight, 4 games on Saturday, and the title game is Monday night. That's at 8 o'clock. What can fans expect when they come out to Chesapeake Arena this weekend? Well,
first of all, they can expect a great venue. If you've never been there before, it's unbelievable to you and I. A lot of people in our community still have never been. Those of us who grew up here, yes. That's right. But they can expect a great venue, and that's why they like coming to Oklahoma City. Everything is easy to do for the fans and for the participants. Second of all, you can enjoy great basketball. You can enjoy 2 games for $25. Or $15. So it's tough to beat that. That's like high school games cost more than that sometimes.
It's a great deal, yeah.
So it is a great deal. And then of course tomorrow we start with Bedlam, so you can see that. And I think that's going to be a fun event in the morning. And I'm glad a lot of people are disappointed it's not in the evening. I'm kind of glad it is. I think it's a great way to start your Saturday morning, and then we'll see. And one of those teams that'll advance will be playing Sunday.
Very good. Once again, games begin tonight. Cowgirls coach, OSU coach Jim Littell, senior guard Brittany Martin swept up some honors. Big 12 Coach of the Year, Big Player of the Year, Co-Defensive Player of the Year. It'll be interesting to see them in action again, OU and OSU. Bedlam Brunch, maybe, if you want to call it that, Saturday, 11 a.m. Tim, beyond this, in a couple weeks, you have another big event coming to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we do. The March 18th and 20th, the NCAA Men's March Madness hits town. That has always been an energy-filled event anywhere it is, but when it comes to Oklahoma City, funny things seem to happen. We go all the
some fantastic endings.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Bryce Drew shot that happened in '98 was just a phenomenal event and still gets played every year as the highlight video.
That might have been at the Myriad at that point, right?
It was.
Yes.
It was. And then Kansas has been defeated a couple times here, and then so we love Kansas. We want them to come. I don't think they're going to be here. I don't think they'll be assigned here. But anyway, March Madness is just one of the great times in our year, every year. Not just our year, but just our country's year. March Madness, so many people with office pools and everything else that goes with it get into it. And we just happen to have a pretty good team down in Norman that will most likely be placed here.
NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament, he mentioned that's March 18th and the 20th. So that's a Friday, Sunday on the opening weekend. It's actually the second round, isn't it? But it's still. All right, Big 12 Women's Basketball Tournament this weekend, Friday night through Monday. Tim Brassfield, thanks for the interview. Thanks for the time. Much appreciated. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you very much, Dave.